So there I sit, scrolling through Facebook, when a clip plays of freaking Hugh Jackman talking nonsense about time travel or something. Instantly my curiosity is piqued. What is this? I gotta watch it. And then I continued to not watch it for like another 2 months or so. Well, I finally did watch it. Kate and Leopold, starring Hugh Jackman and Meg Ryan. It's a pretty typical late 90s, early 2000s rom-com, but with time travel. The quotes are there because the time travel is sketchy at best. We'll get to that later. Let me just dive right into some so-so retelling. Starting off in 1876 New York at a ceremony for the building of the Brooklyn Bridge, we get an amazing erection speech.
As the pyramids testify to the Egyptians, so my glorious erection shall represent our culture in perpetuity. Behold, rising before you, the greatest erection on the continent, the greatest erection of the age, the greatest erection on the planet.
Here we're introduced to Hugh Jackman's character, Leopold, Duke of something or other. And here's where Leopold starts to notice some weirdo following him around. The weirdo's name is Stuart, but we'll get introduced to him later.
Glorious expense of times continue. Listen.
Later that evening, Leopold is getting ready for some fancy-smancy party where he's going to pick himself a bride. Now this may seem very cute and like Cinderella-esque, but he's not picking someone he's compatible with, no sir. He's got to pick between a handful of women who come from rich families because his family ain't doing too hot financially speaking. While his uncle is explaining this to him, we get this wonderful slap.
The new royals are men of accomplishment, men like Roebling with his bridge, Edison with his lamp, Diesel, Bell, Westinghouse.
The party's begun and Leopold's begrudgingly dancing with the young ladies, but quick tangent. They seem to be trying to say that these women only have their money going for them, but I think that the one he dances with first is just so adorable. She's like awkward but cute.
It's an honor to be making your royal acquaintance, Your Highness.
Moving on. Leopold spots Weirdo again and decides to chase after him, following him all the way back to the Brooklyn Bridge. They climb up it in a very dramatic chase scene where we get this wonderful stop from Hugh.
Stop, sir, please!
And even more slaps. And then they both fall off. Well, Weirdo tried to jump off, Leopold tried to stop him, and then Weirdo pepper sprays Leo in the face. Now fast forward in time and we get to meet our female protagonist, Kate McKay. Kate is a no-nonsense businesswoman who works for a successful marketing firm. They basically just put stuff in front of test audiences to see how they respond. Right now, she's working with a test audience watching a cheesy rom-com, and then proceeds to get into an argument with who I guess is the director, and we get this gem of a line.
I'm not the protagonist in a major motion picture.
Sure, Meg. Sure. Speeding things along, Kate used to date Stuart, aka Weirdo. Still lives in the apartment below him. She hears weird noises from his apartment, thinks he's hooking up with someone already, and he tries to tell her the truth. She thinks he's making it up, yada yada. Next morning, Leo finally wakes up and is instantly bombarded with modern technology.
Orange alert.
Stuart wakes up, kind of explains what's going on, I guess. So Leopold is Stuart's great-great-grandfather, and Stuart is also some super smart scientist who has been searching for a hole in time, conveniently found one that leads him to Leo's time. The trick is to jump off the Brooklyn Bridge at exactly the right time. So my absolute favorite part about the movie is this.
Come on, let's go. Jesus. Good boy, Bart. Steady. Stay. Oh, Bart, please stay.
First time watching, I thought he fucking died, and I was hysterical. So, Leopold isn't just some duke. He's also the guy who invented the elevator. And because he's not back in his old time to do that, all the elevators are just shutting down. Now, Kate finds the dog, forces Leo to walk him, thus throwing him into the modern world like unprepared, and hijinks ensue. Spoiler, Stuart didn't die, which is kind of a bummer. It would be super bold of them just to kill him off, but instead he's found and sent to the hospital where he, once again, tries to tell Kate the truth and get her to develop his time travel pictures. At work with Kate, we're introduced to my least favorite character, and I can't even remember his name. He's Kate's boss and creepy as hell. First he says shit like this.
You don't cling to illusion. You don't get caught up in emotion. You don't do pretty.
I don't.
You skew male. You're like a man.
And then later he's all up on her, giving her creepy head kisses from behind. And I just hate him. Back with Leo, we're introduced to Kate's little brother, an actor as he introduces himself to Leo, and instantly thinks that he's an actor too, who just gets really into his roles. Charlie, the little brother, invites Leo to dinner with him and Kate, and here's the original scene that I saw.
Stuart's still trying to make a time machine?
Well, that's the beauty of it. He discovered no machine was necessary. All one had to do was to develop formulae to forecast portals, natural windows in the fabric of time. Apparently, Stuart located one utilizing modern... utilizing modern theories of weather prediction.
Now, I'm gonna skip around a bit because it gets hella boring and like kind of basic at times. Kate wants a promotion, but her boss just wants in her pants. Leo becomes the spokesperson for some god-awful diet butter because Kate made him audition and the audience thought he was really hot. Leo fucking schools Charlie on how to get women to like you and gets the number of Charlie's crush for him like a bro. The duo interrupts Kate's unwanted date with her boss. All this leads to Leo just beating what's-his-face to death with some fancy-sounding insults.
The Duke of Margarine thinks me a serpent.
No, he doesn't.
No, not a serpent. That's too grand a word. Simply a braggart and a cad who knows less French than I, if that's possible.
Kate then gets mad at Leopold because she thinks he's going to cost her her promotion, but it all works out in the end. To make up for nearly getting her fired, I guess, Leo plans a romantic-style dinner date for her and fucking faxes Kate the invite. Kate's nosy secretary basically tells her that she has to go, and then Kate does. And it's cute as fuck. Skipping some more, Kate and Leopold get busy. Leopold makes her breakfast and they have a cute little date in the city. And then Leo finds his old house. And this is where Kate starts to believe that he really might be from the past. Skipping again, Leo refuses to do the commercial that Kate got for him because he tasted the product and it sucks. And he's a man of honor. They fight and boom, the 3-day relationship is basically over. It's quite the shocker. Oh yeah, remember Stuart?
Let's go.
Well, he's broken out of the mental hospital they put him in for talking time nonsense, and now he's here to send Leopold back to his time where Leo decides to just marry the richest girl and get it all over with since he can't be with Kate. Solid logic. Present day, elevators start to work again, and Kate knows it's because Leo went back. Baby bro finds out Leo was for real and not just an actor, and suddenly Stuart's on the side of love because one of the pictures that he got developed has Kate in it. It's the biggest twist ever. Now Team Love rushes to get Kate and explain that she needs to go back, and I'm rushing because honestly this shit got boring real quick. Kate jumps off the bridge, leaving her family and all modern amenities behind for love. Leo announces his engagement to Kate and the movie's over. Like, that's it. I had a good time at first with this movie, but by the end I was just frustrated. Like the whole time travel concept they set up is so goddamn broken, and I hate it. The movie ends with their engagement, and there's no follow-up with the rest of the characters. Literally nobody pointed out to Stuart that he fucked his great-great-grandmother. Like, wait, what? Like, Stuart is a direct descendant of Leopold. And Leo married Kate, presumably had children with her. And this all means that Stuart is also related to Kate. And let's be real here, Meg Ryan and Hugh Jackman carried this movie even though I thought their characters had like zero chemistry together. The plot was absolute nonsense, so there was really only the actors to pull it together. I really only liked Charlie, and I think it's partially because of the actor who plays it. Breckin Meyer's acting is kind of nostalgic for me for some reason. I don't know. Fun fact, the actor who plays Stuart, Liev Schreiber, actually played Sabretooth in that god-awful X-Men Origins Wolverine movie. So Hugh and him got history besides this train wreck. Okay, I'm being a little too harsh. It's really not that bad. Overall, I think I give it like 6 out of 10, which is consistent with the Rotten Tomatoes scores. Would I watch it again though? Probably not, unless I'm drunk or watching with friends. Would I recommend it? Probably not, unless you're drunk or watching with friends. Okay, I think that's about it. Hope you enjoyed. Please be kind to me in the comments. I'm sensitive. And I'll see you around.